to make some confetti or some coins. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Whoops, whoops. I'm dropping it all over the place. Guys, for your kids out there, if you are kids watching out there, and you're wanting some fun activities to build up your strength in your fingers, I got you. This is just one of the many activities that you can do with your kids or for yourself if you are a kid or a kid at heart. So this is gonna be really good to work on using both of your hands simultaneously to coordinate movements and to do sequencing of what steps you need to do first. And for impulse control, to make sure that you're making just one one hole in each of the shapes, and that you're cutting the shapes out. Oh, I'm losing my pieces everywhere. That you're cutting out the shapes on the lines or whatever you're using to help you cut out the shape. If you're using, like an outline or something. And I'm sorry guys, I tried to change the lighting here, but I couldn't. There's gonna be that. It looks kind of cool though, doesn't it? I was gonna say blinding, but it looks a little cool. It looks like a halo effect. Okay, so you're gonna need some pipe cleaners. We need pipe cleaners, your little coins. Let me bring out the yellow so you can see. Yeah. Of your coins, scissors, hole puncher, boop, 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 and a bag to put all your goodies in afterwards. So the idea I'm kind of inspired by, in Hawaii we made leis. And I remember as a kid in Oahu, we would cut out flowers, and then we'd hole punch and put them on a string, and then we'd put straws in between. But to save us that trouble of needing to cut out straws, I'm going to use a pipe cleaner. So this way, you won't have to, this reduces the sequencing, the steps that you need, because sequencing can be like patterns. In order to get to an endpoint, you need to know the steps to get there, right? So for children, if they're having trouble recalling each of the steps, what you could do, one thing you could do is you could have the straws and the shapes out, and your string, and as you string it on, you could do one at a time. Or sorry, not one at a time. You can have them out in each separate cup so that it prompts the child, oh, so I need to grab from the flowers and then the straw. Flower and then the straw. So that's one way. Again, what we're doing is just pipe cleaners because it gives that resistance, so it also kind of forces your fingers to be stronger, because what you're doing is, where's one of my cutout pieces? Say for example this, I'm stringing it onto the pipe cleaner. The hole's a little big, but you see how it rubs against this? So it forces you to, one, if you reduce the resistance, what you do is your attention to, visual motor. So your eyes focusing on not touching the straw, pipe cleaner And that could be one of the activities you do with the kids, is simply making sure don't touch the pipe cleaner as much as possible, because that is working on an isolated skill of hand-eye coordination, watching that they don't touch the pipe cleaner, and really using very focus for one, and using strong hands to hold this and hold this, and bilateral coordination, both sides of the body, to stabilize the pipe cleaner and to move along the paper like that. So there's a lot of skills you can work on with your children, and that's why in occupational therapy, that's the difference between just play and occupational therapy. You're intentionally doing an activity to work on a skill without the kid even realizing it. Yeah, the best part. They're just having fun and you're getting your work done. and the parents are seeing progress along the way too. So let's see. You could also work with for visual discrimination, meaning being able to identify differences in objects. So say for example, I asked the child, can you grab the circle instead of, the circle shape, not circle hole, but grab the circle shape, and then they would grab this one. Grab the orange shape, grab this one. So that's discrimination between colors and between shapes. And also changing up the size of the shape, if you make it bigger, that makes it easier for the kid to hold because there's more space to hold. So when you're stringing it on, you have more space to hold on to. Versus if you use something small, like this one, you have limited space to hold on to. And it'd be even harder if you cut this part off and you have just this part and they have to really, really focus their fingers. They can only use 2 fingers, right? You can't put your whole finger on here. So it really forces a pincher grasp, this position, and then they can do whole finger for this or what have you, but it forces it on this one. And there's many different ways that you can increase the difficulty or work on making this even stronger or reduce it as well. And that's part of what I love about occupational therapy, is that there's so much things you can work on with just a few items. And so that's why even telehealth with kids is viable, I've been finding, because you can use whatever's in their home. Even if it's just Kleenex, you can use Kleenex, have them tear it up, bilateral coordination right there. Tons of stuff. And then after they put all their shapes onto here, let me show you. So I'm going to show you, just demo it for you. Right now I'm working on my own visual discrimination because I have the mix of hole punched pieces and non-hole punched pieces for these. Let me do 2 more for you. So do this one and this one. And then you want them to spread it out. And then you can say, oh, we can turn this into a necklace or a bracelet. Then they have a bracelet for themselves. So it also puts meaning to the item they're making. So there's an end result. And they're motivated to do it. So you don't have to say like, oh, we'll make you a bracelet or something. It can just be string it on. But if they need that motivation, you can be like, end result is, look, we can make a bracelet, if they're not wanting to do the activity, because many times kids are like, what's the point? What is, they don't know what's to come. So show them the end result. And then, or even before, you can have them write the letters. You can have them write a letter, or if they can fit a word, brilliant. But what I'm going to do is have them write letters, and I'm going to have them write all the alphabets, then, all the words, letters of the alphabet. Then I'm going to mix it up and they're going to have to find where the letter is. My goodness, this light is telling me to stop filming because it's so bright. Okay, well, this is the activity for today. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.